ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। In this session, we'll be discussing from 47th and the 48th verses of the 7th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The 47th verse, Marodid asya janani gautami patidevata yathaham mrita vatsarta rodimi ashrumukhi muhuhu. The meaning of this verse is, my Lord, this is Draupadi speaking to Arjuna, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am agreed for the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. See how very considerate is Draupadi. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, sympathetic good lady as she was, Srimati Draupadi did not want to put the wife of Dronacharya in the same position of childlessness, both from the point of motherly feelings and from the respectable position held by the wife of Dronacharya. From two perspectives she is saying that why should she suffer like me, and also she is a respectable lady as the wife of the Guru, so why should she be made to suffer? So many arguments. And in the 48th verse, the 48th verse, Yaihi kopitam brahmakulam rajanyair ajitatmabihi tatkulam pradahati ashu sanubandham shucharpitam. The meaning of this verse is, if the kingly administrative order, being unrestricted in sense control, offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of that rage burns up the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon all. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, again this is spoken by Draupadi to Arjuna, the Brahmana order of society or the spiritually advanced caste or community and the members of such highly elevated families were always held in great esteem by the other subordinate castes, namely the administrative kingly order, the mercantile order and the laborers. So this is Vedic culture. The Brahmanas are the topmost persons in the social order, and they are always held in great respect because they give direction to the society. They do valuable service. They give direction. They are the brain of the social body. So they should be protected. They should not become aggrieved. And if for some reason, if they are enraged then that fire of the rage burns up the whole body of the royal family. You see, if Brahmanas become angry, that is very dangerous for the rest of the society, especially for the Kshatriyas. Parashurama actually, he saw that the Kshatriyas had become very puffed up, very proud, and they were not doing their duties properly as Kshatriyas. So he decided to kill all these miscreant Kshatriyas. So he simply took one chopper, Parashu. He's called Parashurama. His name is Rama, but he's called Parashurama because he took one axe. Parashu means axe. And simply went round the world 21 times, Trisaptaha, and simply went on chopping the heads of all these miscreant Kshatriyas. 21 times he went round the world to get rid of all these miscreants. So, the rage of the Brahmanas is very dangerous for the lower persons, especially the Kshatriyas. So that's exactly what Draupadi is pointing out here. Don't enrage them. She is telling Arjuna, don't enrage them. They don't deserve to be treated the way you are thinking of punishing Ashwatthama. No. And Srila Prabhupada explains further, in addition to the purport, he has given a very nice discourse on these two verses. He says in this discourse that Draupadi is sympathetic to Kripi. Why? Because Draupadi is a Vaishnavi. This is the attitude of all Vaishnavas, all pure devotees. What is that? Para dukkha dukhi. Vaishnava is having some special qualifications. One of them is para dukkha dukhi. On their own account, they are never unhappy. But they are dukhi, they are unhappy only if others are unhappy. Others are put into distress, then they become distressed. They can't tolerate seeing others suffer. This is the quality of a Vaishnava. Just like Prabhupada, he took so much trouble traveling all over the world and preaching Krishna consciousness. Why? Because he could not tolerate to see the suffering of the conditioned souls. And how can their suffering be relieved? Only by Krishna consciousness. That's why he was so painstakingly, untiring efforts he put for preaching Krishna consciousness to all sections of people all over the world. So here now, Prabhupada is explaining, look at the character of, to give an example, Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj says, Naivo dvije paraduratyaya vaitaranyas twadvirya gayana mahamrita magna chittaha. Shoche tato vimukha chetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya bharamudvahato vimudha. Prahlad Maharaj, before explaining what is quoted about Prahlad, that he was harassed by his father who was a demon. Hiranyakashipu was a demon. Prahlad was a devotee. Now, just because Prahlad was just chanting the name of the Supreme Lord as a devotee, it's natural. But Hiranyakashipu became very, very angry at Prahlad, his own son, Small boy, 5-year-old boy. Just because he is chanting the name of the Supreme Lord, that enraged Hiranyakashipu. To what extent he became angry is that he actually tortured this boy Prahlad. Tortured the boy. And because Hiranyakashipu was torturing Prahlad, therefore the Supreme Lord, he cannot tolerate. The devotee is tolerant. But Supreme Lord Krishna, he never tolerates even a little insult done to his devotee. So the Supreme Lord appeared in the form of Narsimha, and Narsimha killed this Hiranyakashipu. Now after that, Narsimhadeva, he blessed Prahlad, very pleased with his devotion, and he said, "You have undergone so much trouble for my sake. Now you ask me any benediction that you want." Now Prahlad is telling in his prayers to Lord Narsimha, "My dear Lord, I am born in a family which is filled with these qualities of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Asuras, they are influenced by these two lower qualities, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Rajas Tamo Bhava. And Devatas, they are influenced by Sattva Guna. So, as compared to those influenced with Sattva Guna, these Rajoguna, Tamoguna people, they are very much carried away by wealth, power, by position, etc. So Prahlad is telling Lord Narsimhadeva, since I have taken birth in this Asura family, please don't allure me by offering me some benediction. And Prahlad is also telling, actually, by the mercy of my spiritual master, I have learned how to be fully satisfied and happy simply by singing the glories of your Lordship. Twadvirya gayana mahamrita magna chittaha. The glories of the Supreme Lord, when chanted by pure devotees, it is giving a nectar, maha amrita. And that nectarian glories of the Supreme Lord, as enumerated by pure devotees, is capable of fully immersing a devotee's mind. A devotee, when he hears or he chants the glories of the Supreme Lord, in that nectar he is able to immerse himself completely, and that way he is always situated in a happy condition. So on his personal account, there is no reason for a devotee to be unhappy. That holds true for Draupadi also. Draupadi also, even though she lost her sons, she is not really unhappy because of that. Now she is thinking, what about Kripi? Ashwathama is the one who has actually beheaded the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi. But when it comes to punishing Ashwathama, Draupadi is arguing and trying to convince Arjuna that don't kill this Ashwathama in retaliation or in terms of punishment. Why? Because like I have been put into so much grief by loss of my sons, In the similar way, Kripi, she will be put into so much of grief if you kill her son. So let her not cry like me. Let her not cry like me. I am agreed for the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. So don't punish Ashwatthama the way you have bound him up and you are having some plan to punish him. Please don't punish him like that. This is Draupadi's appeal to Arjuna. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.